Good morning. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I am getting ready to put together this look for me today, and I actually don't have to rush out of here in 10 minutes, which is a complete miracle. Tuesdays are my mornings that I work inside of my office, and I try to get my week organized, and I spent a great deal of time this morning working on that. And now I'm trying to get together these lab samples to be able to try things before I go into work. And the mission of this is to pull out stuff I've never worked before and try to do it in 5 minutes, or not 5 minutes, but in the 10 minutes or less format, because that's what this makeup is supposed to be. What Genuist Beauty is going to be is kind of the grab and go, and it works like this, and it's going to be effective for over 50. Let's see what I come up with. Also, this week is Champagne and Shadows, and so I hope that you've got this on your calendar. It's going to be this Friday from 6 to 9. We're going to be showing the spring looks, and if you haven't seen them, please go to Authentic Beauty's page, go to the website, myimagejourney.com, go to my Instagram, go to all the formats, and look at these beautiful looks. I'm so proud of the girls. They created the looks, my makeup artists who are incredibly talented inside the studio. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of the shoot that we did. Thank you to Donnie Ashlock, our photographer, who captured these beautiful looks, and to the models who were just lovely, lovely. Thank you to Click and to Jenny at Click, who coordinated us with the beautiful models. I'm looking forward to showing off these looks and for us to have a night of community and some champagne and celebration and spring. Who isn't ready for some spring makeup? It's a gorgeous day here in Atlanta, and it's time for us to evolve. That's what I'm about to do right now. So I decided to try a new lip format, and again, most of these are textures that I've never seen before. So this is a little matte, and it's very matte, and it's pink. And the container didn't seem like it was that pink. But I'm putting this on first, and I just want you to see how my skin color just started competing with that lip color. Even though it's so light, so I can build around this look, you can see how immediately my skin tone just jumped out. While this is on and while this is setting, it also gives me a chance to kind of work and see how I'm going to build around it. And to start off everything, now that I have this on and I chose my lip color, I really feel like choosing your lip color is like choosing your clothes, right? Like I chose this plum, and for me not to take into consideration what I'm wearing on my body and what I'm going to put on my face, it's like they're one unit and they complement one another. And today I'm getting to do an image journey. If you don't know what an image journey is, it's why I created Authentic Beauty. I created Authentic Beauty because it came out of the image journey. And the image journey is a self-discovery makeup lesson. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is that I think that most of the beauty industry is set up to tell us what it is that we should look like, right? And I really love this movement now that we do have social media and we are connected, that people really aren't adhering to trends as much as they once were. But by the way, look at how that just brightened up my eyes. God bless the smooth canvas. We're so lucky to be in this world that we're in right now, is that we don't have to adhere to trends, and that we can figure out pretty much, and we can wear everything. And I think that sometimes it's very confusing. We have all these options, right? And sometimes when we have too many options, then we do nothing, which is, I think, what we're starting to see is you're starting to see so many trends and so many things, and it's overwhelming. I understand the same thing. It's like, if anything were possible, which pretty much it is right now, then what would you create? And that's when we need to tap into ourselves, and we need to tap into who we are, and we have to go, what do I want for my life? What's important to me? What does the vision for my life look like? And then the next question should really be, well, if this is what's the vision for my life, then what do I look like in my authentic life? What do I look like as my most authentic self? And I don't think we're really asking that question. And that question really came out of me working with author Sarah Bambronic, who wrote the book Something More and Simple Abundance. And when I got handed that book when I was 30, I had just had my kids. I was wearing my hair and my makeup the same way I was in my 20s. And I can remember coaching all of my clients, as I still do right now, and say, when was the last time you changed your makeup? And everybody's doing the same thing that they've always done. And we're not the same people as we were 10 years ago. So if you're still doing the same thing that you were 10, 20, 30 years ago, it might be time to change, because I guarantee your authentic self is not that same person. Or if it is, maybe it's time for you to really examine what's important to you. And you just came out of 4 days of Tony Robbins' Unleash the Power Within. And if you don't know who Tony is, please go look up TonyRobbins.com. But he really identifies in this workshop what is holding us back. What are our limiting beliefs? I think our limiting beliefs really hold us back to who we know ourselves to be. It's our automatic behavior. It's things we tell ourselves. It's fear. It's so many things that are just wrapped into our unconscious. That is so true around our appearance. We really believe oh, I can't wear this color, or I can't look this way, or I can't. I hear that all the time. And instead of really honing into asking yourselves the question, what does my authentic self look like? Or what does my authentic life look like? And what do I look like in my authentic life? It's such a better question to ask. And that is, whenever I'm working with somebody to design an image, what I like to say is we want to design an image that's a reflection of your authentic self. Today I get to do that inside of my image journey. It's a 2.5-hour makeup lesson. It includes a follow-up. And that is because if you can't do it yourself, there's no point in doing it. I'm really blessed to be able to do an image journey today. Sometimes it's very personal, so it's not something that I share really on my stories unless somebody really lets me to. And I gotta say, I'm so lucky to help to transform a lot of people's lives with this. There's Pinterest board homework, and there's homework that we've designed for you to sit down, and it's an exercise. I don't really want to say it's homework because everybody has such a negative approach to homework, but you're going to take some time and you're going to wrestle with, what does my authentic self look like? And it's guided and directed, and you use Pinterest if you want to use Pinterest, and also a mood board the homework is really to do that and to print it out and to have it, because there's so much power in a collage, right? There's so much power in collaging and printing it out versus having it be online, right? It's like the written word, like when we write things versus writing it on the computer. There's so much power in the written word. Same thing when doing these collages. I just set my brows, I did smooth canvas, and now I'm tightlining. And already, before I even put anything on my face, you can see so much better. Already, that's defined. My brows being filled in, and really they're not filled in, they're just groomed, tight lining. And now this lip color is kind of coming to life. So now we got to even out my skin tone. The last thing that I just want to say about that is, once you figure out what your authentic self looks like, and for me, when I first did this, I was young. I was I just turned 30 when this book was gifted to me. And by the way, Sarah is still my author to this day. She is so incredible and so amazing and so inspirational. I just adore her more than you can imagine. And it's been incredible to really have somebody that's your mentor really support you. She's just been so incredible on this journey. Okay, so I'm just trying, just so you can see. This is a cushion foundation, and unfortunately the cushion got left into the product. We're seeing this a lot from Korean brands right now, and I really like how thin this application is. And if I actually used it with the sponge, we would get some full coverage. I really like the options that this kind of a product gives. Again, I'm been really of the opinion I wanted a stick foundation, but what I'm looking for while I build this line is what's the easiest product? Am I going to tell you what I'm doing right now? This might have been one of the easiest applications that I've ever seen. But if we took the sponge and we used the sponge, it would be harder. I actually just left the sponge in there by accident. We were playing with it and we left it in. And I think the sponge is kind of a pain in the ass, and I think it gets dirty. The brush actually, to me, looks way more natural. I'm going to have to request another sample of this product with an empty sponge. Wow. Not bad. All right, I'm just going to show you this. The sponge got left in here, and that, this was the foundation, and the sponge ate it all up. So that was an unexpected accident, but damn, I kind of let the sponge soaking it up. Look at how much just from me touching that sponge If you see, that's another whole face full. But the application is really light. Does anybody else have really good experiences with this cushion foundation? I know April Phillips has. She's been using the common brand that everybody is just up in arms with. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's a Korean brand. I've seen a few of them throughout the past couple of years, and they're nice. But this is actually really pretty. Really pretty. And after you apply, you want to blend. Always, always blending. This is still too pink for me, and I have this experimental plummy gloss that is just sitting here, and I'm just going to go over this because that, let's need to cool it up a little bit. I like that. I'm going to work backwards today. I'm going to do blush next, and this tint is just getting a workout. I mean, I keep pulling to this because it's the easiest thing. It's so natural, and so we might be getting this in just because it's not so pigmented. You can layer it on top of foundation. It plays well with everything else. You can use it with your finger or you can use it with a brush. Totally delicate. It's gorgeous. Yeah, and this lip, that was giving me the finish that I'd like. Now that I've been talking so much, I have like 3 more minutes, but I'm almost done with these eyes. I think I'm going to use like a purpley sparkly today. What do we think? I think I have like a little bit of a violet sparkle liquid shadow in one of these testers, so I think I'm going to use that. Just use the highlighter pen and just use the tiny liner, add some mascara, a little more concealer, and good to go. I have to get completely better organized with these liquid shadows since I'm testing them. So I did not find the one that I was looking for. This is actually the old one, which is the Benchmark, which now that I've been trying all these other ones, it's so weird to feel this because there are so many better formats now than this. And this is kind of watery, which some of these, what I'm looking for is one that has a little bit more coverage to it. And it's great that I actually just tried this because you guys who are waiting, I'm going to have a better, definitely a better liquid shadow for you than this one. But what I love about this one, that so many of them, because they have these drying agents, look and see how well we can blend this, right? This was the color Cosmo. It's just beautiful. And I'm going to apply, and then I'm going to blend, and then I'm going to just use a highlighter, and we're going to put the highlighter just underneath that brow, and I'm going to use the brush to just blend. It's just so much easier this way. And then I'm going to do the tiny liner. I'm going to use mascara and be done. The tiny liner, you guys know, is the width of an eyelash. For those of you who are Authentic Beauty customers, clients, friends, it is on sale for Authentic Beauty, celebrating Genuist Beauty's 1-year anniversary. Hopefully some of you who are following Genuist got the sale. Thank you for all your support. God, I love this so much. See? Look at how much that just levels up the look, would you? Oh, so freaking good. Mascara. You guys know I'm all testing all these different mascaras, so I'm going to reach into the mascara bin, and I'm just going to pick one randomly, and let's hope she's good. I don't even know which one this is. Let's see what we got, you people. Again, this is this grab and go situation, right? You should be able to reach in, you should be able to pull out, you should be able to put it on and have the greatest impact. That's what we're looking at here. So, you know, I'm going to have this play day where we're all going to try this, and I'm going to die. As soon as I like wander through all of these, we're going to know what works and what doesn't. If I could get really good at just putting on the bottom lashes first. I've been trained for so long to do it the other way. Ooh, and then you have the random hair with the mascara on there. I'm really kind of digging this brush. I've been trying a lot of these nylon brushes lately, and I gotta tell you, I think they work great. You know, what I'm looking for is, one, I don't want it to smudge. I had a mascara on this weekend that I tried that was not water resistant, and the second that I started getting emotional and tony, it was all down my face. Again, mascara can also Okay, so this right here is what I'm talking about. Do you see that major impact with that mascara? And that was one freaking coat. I could probably go back with another one and get them even longer, but this is going in the to be discovered bin. Mwah, chef's kiss on that. And then last is the concealer. And somewhere I have a concealer in here. You know what? I think I might use this kind of matte powder on here too. Let's see what we got. This is this mattifying thing that we don't really know what it is. So I want to see how it works with this cushion foundation. I think it's freaking fantastic. All right, let's just do this concealer now. So this is one that I've been testing for a while. I asked the lab for some more samples of it. And the reason is because I think as we get older, we're using, you can see how it's given me a lot of product. I can't really put it on with a brush and blend with my finger. This is kind of always what I freak out about. It also has a drying agent in it. The original one had a little bit more movement, but it's fine. It's a thin formula so that we're all using eye creams and eye gels and all of that. And I like to use face oil. And so using a face oil with some of these more moist concealers don't really work. And I'm trying to find a thinner formula that actually will play well with face oils and with eye creams and with smooth canvas, right? I think this is fantastic. Let's see. If I didn't talk, this probably would have been exactly 5 minutes. Those eyes, right? How simple is that? How simple. And then we level it up from here to a level 2. But this is a perfect level 1. It's now time for me to go. I'm not too late today. And everybody have a wonderful Tuesday. Come to Champagne and Shadows.